Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Kahalamna Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, and also double honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, it's like and the elders, great ministers who rule the world, and also shalom to sincere Akim there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Then I'm back again with a quick lesson, and this is going into a few precepts, and just going to the times we're living in right now, and probably play this little video, this AI video, okay, just to go with the lesson, just to show you, man, what the future, okay, is gonna look like. All right, when I say the future, I'm talking about, all right, certain prophecies could take place within this year. The beginning of next year, so that's how we see the future. We don't see the future as in the next fucking 25 years, 20, 30 years, man. All right. Something could happen tomorrow to where, all right, we wake up and it's a new way of living, like the same way you see with that C-19. So for now, we're just watching, all right, doing lessons, warning our people, okay. And then, just to see, what the Heavenly Father, how about Shem Yahushai is going to require of us to speak. All right. Real quick before I come back there, let's go to the book of Habakkuk. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I'll stand up on my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. And this is what we are doing. So basically what happens is the Heavenly Father, how about Shem Yahushai, all right, is using the kings of the earth right now. Okay, the bankers, the top bankers, the elite, all right, is using them, and the top bankers, we know they're hiding right now. They don't show themselves, okay, but they have the servants, prophets on the left side. They have their puppets like Trump, and the list goes on. Trump, Klaus, all right, Putin, okay, the president of China, although all them leaders, that shows their face here on the earth right now, you see in the media, those are puppets, all right, the real elite, the kings, the ones that rule the earth are hiding, all right. So basically, how about Shem Yahushai is using them right now, and the prophets, the real prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, real quick, let me come here, who know what's going on. All right, Amos chapter 3 and verse 6, I start from, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Should there be an evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh by Hashem shall have not done it? So all evils that you see that is taking place, all evil that that is about to take place, all right, these are, uproars of people over there, America, worldwide, all that has been, is the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is using these damn demons, these devils, okay, the Edomites, to do so, okay. Verse 7, surely the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So, Yahweh Shem Yahushai right now has revealed those secrets, all right, especially, knowing what time we're living in, knowing what prophecies we're coming into, knowing who's ruling, knowing who the devil is, knowing what the beast, okay, the system of the beast is gonna be like, or who the beast is, just knowing all those things. Those are secrets that has been revealed unto the servants, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And these times right now we're living in, okay, we have been given that eye, so that is able to see it and come to the Bible and say, okay, this is what the Bible is speaking about. Because you don't see these fucking Christians go into the Bible and break it down as we do. You don't see them do that. They're lost right now. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They might trying to say the Antichrist is doing this. Who the fuck is Antichrist, man? Who's the devil? You know what I'm saying? Who's that fourth beast that will be revival, All right. But they don't know that, So the real prophets are the Hebrew Israelites, starting with Grand Millstone, man. Because, you got IOIC, they're fucking around right now. Okay, they're dropping basically they're dropping the doctrine. All right, Scary, same thing. Genesis, same thing. ISPK, same thing. GOCC, same thing. Okay, the real prophets, are going to be found in Grand Millstone, Men of Valor, and the rest of you brothers out there who are affiliated with Grand Millstone. All right. When I said I'm talking about, brothers out there who's teaching the same doctrine that we teach, which is the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. Okay. So let's jump from there and come back to where we were in the book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2, verse 1, it says, I'll stand up on my watch and set me up on the tower. This is what we are doing right now, man. We basically watching what's going on in the news, rejoicing, praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, this be eat. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I remember when the C-19 came in, I said, this gotta be eat, but then again, it's like, it can't be eat because the MOTB, was not there. But now, with this chaos that is being caused worldwide, all right, we believe this right here, is gonna, to fix this whole, to fix this chaos, the solution is gonna be that what? That in running into that digital ways, then eventually, that chip is gonna be introduced as a way, of unhackable, all right, as a way of you can't lie about who you are, So it says, and we watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Okay. And this is what you see, the men of Great Millstone doing right now, man. Steady doing videos on the things we see. All right. I'm going to read this in the AMP. You know what? Let me read this in the NLT. Let's see what in the NLT says. In the NLT says, I'll climb up to my watchtower and stand on my God post. There would I wait to see what the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua says and how he will answer my complaint. In NIV, I'll stand on my watch and station myself on ramparts. I will look to see what he will say to me. How do we look to see what the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem is saying to us? The signs, that he's showing. All right. And there will I wait to see what he was with the Lord. There I will wait to see what the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshua says and how he will answer my complaint. Let me come back here. Let's look up that word reprove there. Let's see what it means. It says rebuke, correction, reproof, punishment, chastisement, argument, reproof, argument, impeachment, reproof, chiding, correction, rebuke. In a strong definition, it says correction, refutation, reproof, even in defense, argument, correction, reasoning, reproof, rebuke, be often reproved. All right. So come back here. It says verse 2, and the Lord Yahweh answered and said, write the vision, make plain upon tables, which is talking about this truth right here being written in the Bible. Make it plain upon tables that he might run that readeth. So, eventually you got brothers that come in this truth. Yeah, you're going to, if you don't got a man to guide you, to teach you, what you're reading about, then you're not going to get it. But when you got the man to teach you, show you what's going on. So once you once you see what's going on and you go into the Bible, you've been told, with those precept means, you're going to run it as you read it because you got that understanding. So, you can fully teach it, report on it, man. Okay. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and no lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And this is going into the prophecies, man. All right. One of the prophecies we're waiting on right now is that, that the mark of the beast and Jacob trouble, man. We're waiting on that because once MTB gets here, that's it. Okay. Then the next prophecy is World War III, and that's going to happen quickly because when you read about how the MOTB is going to take place, how, the men of Yahweh Hashem Shah gonna be persecuted. No, there's number to, I always said this, I could be wrong, but I believe there's men that the Heavenly Father, men and sisters that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, has numbered, to be martyrs. And, Esau's not going to go over that, man, over that number, you see? So it's going to happen quickly, man, all right? Once MTV gets here, things are going to move rapidly, like Pastor had been saying, okay? So let's go from there and come to the book of Luke. Was that Luke 21? Or I was there, right? Right, Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and those are what? Those how the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Shah, speaks to us. Okay? And stars upon the earth, the distress of nations. We see this happening right now over there in America, worldwide. Okay, and before that whole protest, got bigger, there was a moon and the sun. Also, there was something that was in the sky that looked like it was red or orange, but it wasn't the moon, it wasn't the sun. Let me see if I can find that video, man. It's like here. Man, give me a minute. I'll come back there. Fuck. God damn, I forget. Where's that video, man? Oh, man. Okay, let me see.
That's there.
I think this was it, right? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Let me see. Well, people trying to say it's AI, but let's see.
And that's not the sun. That can't be the sun because...
All right, so this can't be AI because you can hear the people talking in the background, all right? And this lady, she sounds like a Jake woman, okay?
That's there. That's there. And that's not the sun. That can't be the sun because the sunset is over there.
That's a planet.
The sunset is over there.
Mommy, that's a planet.
And then you hear the kid in the background say, that's a planet. Right? So let's come back here. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, upon the earth distress of nations, okay, with perplexity, the sea and the waves rolling. In the AMP, it said there will be signs attesting miracles in the sun and moon and stars, and on the earth there will be distress and anguish among nations. We see this happening right now. In perplexity at the rolling and tossing of the sea and the waves. This, study be happening, man. So this right here, what if this was
and the moon is up here.
There's the moon.
The moon
And I
moon is
believe
up
that
above.
because the Sabbath just came in. The new Sabbath just came in about no long ago. So it's not a full
And that's
moon.
not the sun. That can't
Okay.
be the sun because
It's not a full moon
sunset
yet. So
is over there.
It ain't AI, man. All right, you see it. Beautiful, beautiful. And so verse 26, men's heart failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You see? Yeah, eventually, man, you're going to see people being scared, terrified, don't know what to do, especially if America stays where it's at and get worse. Americans, they don't know what the fuck to do but to get up and do accordingly, okay, as is written in the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Okay, go to war and, oppose against the government. Okay, get into that survival mode. Each man for himself, all right? Okay. In verse 27, then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And then eventually, after all these things is happening, Okay, the power of heaven being shaken, talking about the kingdoms, these kingdoms being shaken up. Yahushua is going to return and do, okay, what he's meant to do, man. Take out these damn, nations out, man, and redeem the elect. Verse 28, when these things begin to come to pass, then look up, lift up your heads, for your redemption drew nigh. So, hey, okay, we're seeing the signs are leading to the return of Yahushua. So we're supposed to be we're supposed to be turned up and doing the work that that we were meant to do. Okay, no fucking around, feeling like, oh man, when is that day gonna be, man? Oh my God, shit, I can't do this no more, man. No, that's not the spirit we're supposed to be in, man. All right, Yahushua is about to. It's like how about Shem Yahushua is about to shake up these these kingdoms, Let me go here. Let me see. There's another one. Hey, is that Luke? Is it 21? Right here. Luke 21 and verse 24. It says, and take heed to yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with suffering and drunkenness and care of this life, so that they come upon you unawares. So don't be all caught up into the words of this goddamn society, man. All right, let's read this in NLT real quick. It says, watch out, don't let your heart be dulled by carousing in drunkenness and by the worries of this life. Don't let that day catch you unaware, because we know we're living in a terrible, it's like we, basically living in terrible days, financially, health, all that. It's all adding up right now. So you can't be worried about all that right now, okay? Worry about how am I going to eat tomorrow, survive tomorrow, and then, you get worried about that shit, and you don't want to do the work no more because the stress is catching up to you. Don't be that person, do the work. How about Hashem shall take care of you? Read the book of Matthew chapter 6, Read this in the AMP. Be on the guard so that your hearts are not weighted down and depressed with the giddiness of debauchery and the nausea of the indulgence like and worldly worries of life. Then that day when the Messiah returns will not come on you suddenly like a trap. Exactly. You don't, and before Yahushua returns, gonna be a lot of troubles happening here, man. That's why he has to come in and redeem the elect. For as a snare it shall come upon them that do it. For as a snare shall it come on all them that will on the face of the whole earth. It's funny, all right. In the midst of that whole uproars of people over there in California and other states, do you know what the fuck Esau gave Jake? He gave them BET award night, man. Okay, BET award was on either last night or American time. That's when that shit was on. Jake is, and then you got the black woman speaking all that, talking all that shit. Because right now the woman is over man. Especially the so-called black women. They're the ones who's speaking out for the nation of, for the so-called Negroes and for the so-called, Negroes. The black woman is one speaking for our behalf right now. If anything that happens, it's a black woman speaking. So the BET, you hear this black woman speaking about that whole situation happening over there in LA. We'll be like, come on, woman, just sit your ass down. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. First of all, you being set up. First of all, you don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, Esau gave you that whole BET. You got them niggas acting stupid at BET awards while Esau is plotting on how to take you out.